Hey friends, this is Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead with home economics and spaghetti. You knew I was going to do this when I bought all that spaghetti sauce. Hey folks, before we go any farther with this video, I just wanted to explain the crappy camera work in the first half of the video. My tripod is broken and malfunctioning, and although I can use it for a still project, I was afraid I was going to drop my camera in the crock pot. So I'm sorry for the shaky one-handed work. Now, in respect, I don't want people getting all freaked out going, this is a really poor nutritious meal. This is one of those meals that it's a true penny pincher. I was out of fresh veg, I was out of onions, I was out of mushrooms. Shopping's coming up again this week. And I wanted to show you how you could really pinch a penny and make a filling and comfort food delicious meal on just pennies. So here it is. In my crock pot, I'm sorry the lighting's so bad. In my crock pot here, I have about a half a pound of homemade sausage. One of the last packages of homemade sausage from our last butchering of pigs. It's less than a pound. It's homemade. It's from 2017. Guess what? We're going to say that's 90 cents. I don't have any canned mushrooms in my pantry. So what I have here is some flakes of garlic, you can see on the bottom, celery, leeks, onions, and sweet peppers, and a pinch of Thai basil that Dee Dee brought me. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to give it just a shot of water just to create some moisture and steam for our dried veg. I'm going to cook this on high for about an hour, and then we are going to add our 99-cent jar of Garden Select 6-vegetable recipe country mushroom spaghetti sauce that we got for 99 cents. Our sausage meat is cooked and our veg are starting to plump with that bit of water I put in here. Now, sorry about the steam, I'm going to pour in this jar of Catelli sauce. I've just added a little bit of water to rinse out that final drop. Turn this on low, and that's supper. Okay, I was searching for organic mayonnaise online, mainly at Costco, and I came across this recipe for mayonnaise biscuits, or not biscuits, muffins to have with dinner. So I thought, what better way to dress up a plain spaghetti dinner than with some side kind of bread muffins. These are really simple. You need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a half a cup of milk, and 2 tablespoons of mayo. Yes! It's mayo, yes, it's got canola oil in it, but guess what? I'm not going to throw it out just because I no longer like the ingredients. I paid for it, I'm going to use it. So first things first, we have our all-purpose flour in here, and we're going to add our teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to give it an extra 1/4 teaspoon just to be safe, as I didn't really measure. And you know what? For the lightest, fluffiest things, always sift your flour. I don't always sift my flour, but this is a new recipe and I would rather err on the side of caution. So here's our cup of flour and our teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm going to take, this is a 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop. And I'm going to say that I got an extra half a tablespoon in there. And apparently I'm going to add just a little bit more mayo there. Now, apparently these do not taste like mayonnaise. And apparently they're really good. So I'm just going to I'm just going to stir up my mayonnaise into my milk here a little bit. Now, one thing I'm going to say is, let's make a little well in here. Let's get you guys a little bit closer. Let's make a little well in here. Now, one thing I'm going to say is this probably came from somebody who was, oh my God, Daddy's home already. This recipe probably came about by somebody wanting to have something fast, something inexpensive, and something quick, but had no eggs or oil. Guess what mayo's made out of, folks? Eggs, oil, and lemon juice. So, we're gonna stir this up. You don't want it, you know, smooth as batter, but you also don't want it, you don't want dry spots. And we're gonna actually let this sit for about 5 or 10 minutes. Why? When you make pancakes, do you pour the batter immediately upon making into the pan? No, because 9 times out of 10, that pancake ends up in the garbage. You let the baking powder and all that stuff start to work a little bit. So let it sit for about 5 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, so here I have an oiled muffin tin. This is supposed to make 6. And my oven has been preheating at 425 degrees. It's just about ready. And I'm just going to take like 1/3 of a scoop of an ice cream scoop, because you don't want these muffin tins full. You want them about half full. So this is supposed to make 6 muffins, which is just about perfect for Papa and I. Get me a spatula here and make sure that I get every last bit of this dough, because it's supposed to make 6 muffins, and I want to make sure I get my full count of 6 muffins. So that would be this one right here, needs just a little bit more. These are going to go into a 425 degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes. Don't try and take these out of the tin as soon as they come out of the oven. You really want to let them cool a bit so that they shrink away from the sides, and then you don't rip your muffins taking them out. There is a beautiful plate of spaghetti. There's our muffins. We bake them till they're just a little golden on top. And we're just going to set these on the tea towel. Now, you want to let these rest for about 3 to 5 minutes so that they can come away from the sides. Here's mine. And we're just going to top this with a 15-cent sprinkle of Parmesan. Parmigiano. And there is enough left over for Papa to have second helpings. And the reason I'm doing this out the island is because it's election night and we're going to be glued to the TV. So as soon as Papa sits down to give you a thumbs up and butter himself a muffin, look at, aren't they lovely? Just pop right out of there, these golden little nuggets. I probably won't even eat one because that's just too much. But I mean, if these don't get eaten by Papa tonight, they will be buttered and smothered with jam, or even made into French toast for his breakfast tomorrow. We pulled his back today. So he's just getting out of the tub. Oh, look. Look at these lovely little steaming muffins. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of butter on each one. And I think I'm only going to give Papa 2 of them, because he may want some with jelly after supper. Look at, he may. And so I'll cover these to keep them warm. I'll cover these up to keep them warm, because Papa may want them with jam after. All right. You going to sit down with your towel? Now this is our usual Monday night spaghetti.
100-year-old meat sauce.
No, it's not. It's 2017 sausage, and it was only, what, half to 3/4 of a pound. It didn't owe us a dime, but I put 90 cents on it. Now try a mayonnaise muffin and tell people whether or not they taste like mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is just lemon juice, oil, and eggs.
I don't taste any mayonnaise.
Is that a good side for spaghetti?
Yeah,
There you have it.
nice soft biscuit.
There you go. Thank you, dear. And they only took me 20 minutes to make. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying you'll get the breakdown, but I'm pretty sure this whole dinner, with enough left over for Papa to have seconds, and biscuits and jelly, was under $3. Can't beat it. It's time for us to go watch the elections. Take care. God bless. Okay, I'm not breaking it all down on the computer. I'm just going to tell you how I broke it down. I don't buy pasta unless it's 99 cents for a 2-pound package or less. So the pasta I used was no more, probably less, because I'm always rounding up. The pasta that we used for supper was no more than 33 cents. The sauce was 99 cents. The dehydrated veggies and seasonings, 25 cents. The meat, I'm saying 90 cents, but it was our home butchered homemade sausage, and it wasn't even a pound, so I'm going to say 90 cents to be generous. 10 cents for flour, if that. 10 cents for baking powder. Mayo, 25 cents. Half a cup of milk, 15 cents. Parmesan cheese, 15 cents. And I even added the butter, 25 cents. That brings us a grand total of spaghetti with biscuits for 2, or not biscuits, but muffins, plus seconds, plus leftover biscuits for dessert with jam, $3.47. That's just good home economics.